Doing folks, Coach Simmons here. I had to change my whole video. I was going to do a nice little video about how the ASUN WAC connection may involve Montana, may involve Texas Southern, New Mexico State, Prairie View. But the more you research something else came up right now. This video is about one school and how it affects other FCS programs and puts them all to shame. University of Texas at Rio Grande Valley. Once again, full disclosure, before I went to Houston-Tillotson, I damn near went down here when it was called UT Pan America. Now that that's out the way, let me go ahead and tell you what you people are doing down here. They are bringing FCS football. Like, well, that doesn't mean anything. No, they're bringing FCS football, the possibility of it may being FBS football. And they are fully funded. Starting in 2013, the idea for FCS football or football in general was brought up to the school. And they realized what they had to do. What they do, around that time frame, the admission GPA from high school went down to 2.0. I'm not saying nothing to do with it. It just happened to be around the same time frame. So now they have about 32,000 students, give or take 1,000 here or there. Well, what did they do? Well, they prepared to launch the football program following the passage of a successful student referendum to increase athletic fees from $15 a credit hour to $26.25. Let's do some math, people, because math is a wonderful thing. So let's say 32,000 students, give or take 1,000 here. That looks like a nice round number. $11.25 per credit hour. Let's just average out about 20 credit hours a year. People who don't take that many classes, people taking less classes, whatever. 20 credit hours a year. 32,000 students. That gives you a nice round number, 640,000 people, hours. Well, those hours, let's go ahead and multiply that times the 11.25. 7.2 million. Yeah, that's the start. Now that that's out the way, let's get the budget going here. So, right now, as we are looking outside the snow on the ground, UT Rio Grande Valley is budgeting $700,000 for football salaries this fiscal year, which will increase to just over $1.5 million in the following year as staff expands to fully operational capacity. This coaching salary budget should be highly competitive at an FCS level. We're going to get to that. Fellow WAC member Stephen F. Austin spends around $485,000 on their head coach and coordinator salaries. So UT Rio Grande Valley's budget puts them around a 45% increase over the top program in their conference. Stephen F. Austin's overall budget, coaching spend salary, is about $1.1 million. So Rio Grande Valley's budget, fully staffed, will be around $1.5 million, just over 40% increase. And people who say, well, that's not a lot of money. That's nothing. Here's a comparison for that, people. Y'all know ULM, Louisiana Monroe? Terry Bowden earns about $350,000 in the base pay, with a possible $50,000 incentive if they become bowl eligible or win the Sun Belt Conference. Other benefits include an annual housing allowance of $40,000, vehicle allowance of $10,000, and a cell phone allowance of $45. That's not even for an iPhone. That's for a Cricket phone. That's his salary. The Sun Belt averages around $659,000 in head coach salary. So the budget for the salary for UT Rio Grande Valley has their head coach making more than Terry Bowden does. Their budget is actually around the same budget as the FBS Sun Belt. They will have the highest paid coaches competitively at an FCS level or just average at an FBS level on the Sun Belt. Let's get back to the thing at hand. How are they getting money? Well, they received $1 million to help fund sport expansion and this enhanced campus life, right? Yeah, that was just the fee. What else they get? Oh, well, that's simple. They have this weird thing that I heard on my man Ken Clark's show. You got to go watch Ken Clark. That man will tell you. But what they did, they have this thing called a coalition. This coalition actually gives them their own NIL. What? Yes, they have an NIL foundation already set in place, and they do not have a team. This NIL is set between local communities and local business owners. It gives them around $1 million right now in the kitty. 17 different businesses are putting out $50,000 a person. So if we go back to the math, the math's a wonderful thing, right? 50,000 times 17, $850,000 annual donation to the school or to the foundation. Let's get back to this whole thing about sports. In order to go to FBS, they gotta have certain number of teams for women and ladies. They added a women's high diving team. Whoop-de-doo. That's what they did. Football stadium they'll play in is HEB Park. Holds just under 10,000 seats, but it has 20 acres of festival grounds, 39 field level luxury suites, but also has an amphitheater to bring capacity from just under 10,000, I guess 9,500, to around 12,000 seats. In case you're wondering about, well, it's the extras. What about the sports facilities, the sports, yeah, they got the cover too. Despite being no plans for on-campus stadium, UT Rio Grande is committing to building a D1 facility for the student athletes. They're building a 48,000 square foot performance center, including a weight room, 2 practice fields, 1 covered, several team meeting rooms, office space, sports medicine facility, and located just north of the baseball stadium. Will cost about $30 million, completely covered by the school. Based off the renderings in a previously commissioned study, the facility looks to be roughly on par with most Group of 5 programs. So you look at this in totality. Not only are they bringing in football, not only do they already have the NIL, they're going to have a Group of 5 level training facility. If they are approved to go to FBS, they will just add more seats to the soccer stadium. Because remember, the rules are you must either average 15,000 fans or play in a 30,000 seat stadium. And with them having a budget of $7.2 million per year from the athletic fee increase, building a 30,000 seat stadium or adding 20,500 to what they're already playing will not be an issue. Once again, UT Rio Grande Valley self-funded this entire thing by seeing who really wanted to come. Coach Simmons, I'm out.